Hello guys, it's Eric here, and hopefully I'm in the right spot, but I'm just gonna show what an enchanter with low level gears, besides, I guess you guys have already probably seen, what's her name, Makina? Yeah, she's a top end enchanter, and hello, SH user, really? I'm trying to bet he's, yep, okay, never mind, possibly SH. But let me go somewhere else where I can actually farm easily without having to deal with anything like that. And just show you what an enchanter can do, how to use qadal properly. I say qadal, it's qadal or something like that. I don't know. But even with improper gear and being low leveled, such as myself, it is indeed possible too. Oh my goodness. To actually be able to deal with these guys. So first off, what you want to do is spam this qadal skill till you're around, I'd say 70-80%, just over 50. Pop that. You'll have just barely enough time. I have my power on to keep me alive. But as you can see, there, that the damage can be pretty good. Can be pretty high for the gear being used. I average around 120 to 160 with this, but I have broken the 200k barrier before. You can have, there's quite a lot of people that can vouch for me on that one, because I have shared that. I think I had 216k at max. The whole point of this is to have your magic attack at such a high rate that you can easily get to that amount of damage. Plus, I also have changed from being, as you can tell from my stats, I've changed from being a magic blade user to a hybrid between magic blade and a auto skill. I still do have some vitality, mainly because I do have struggler. I do use struggler. And I'm a magic sword user, mainly. The last one. I think what was the highest that I managed to hit was probably, what, 190k? 194k. Pretty good, considering I'm just using only spell boost. I haven't even used Ignite yet. As a matter of fact, I'll use Ignite when we next see one of these mobs. Just to show the difference in power. Just a little, it's a little difference in power, because Ignite actually gives you a little bit more stats. I'm not for sure exactly how much, because I haven't calculated it out myself. But using Ignite increases the time that I have to use Limit Break. I screwed up. I screwed up. No. Okay, that shouldn't have happened, but the damage that should have been done should have been higher. Let's see if we can get it with this one. You gotta be careful. At least it doesn't actually kill you as it used to do before. But as you can see, enchanters are mainly damage per second type dealers. They're not exactly tanky, but I do have a tank set. My suggestion as a tank set is to have more of a counter and resist. So for enchanters, what I like using is, for my tank set, I usually will go Caliburn, Bellow of Order, and maintain everything else that I have. Other times, if I really need to actually to actually have resistances, Genius, Spell of Order, Zoic Shield, Katara Talisman. That overall, if I calculate that out right, I get magic and melee resistance plus 5%, considering I got that too. I get rate cut plus 4%. I get max HP plus 18%. That's great. This will give me max HP plus 30%, rate cut plus 10%, more resistances, and I get a counter chance. I can get damage cut by chance. Essentially, that's rate cut. Magic and melee resistance again. More rate cut. And I also put more magic and melee resistance on it. So overall, this is essentially the biggest tank set that I got. So far, it works well. The set that I was using to perform what I was doing before with the qadal was actually Spellbook, Struggler, Sage Hat, and Pressman. This set so far gives me the highest amount of MP, and also highest amount of damage overall. There are other ways to do this. I can get away with using Graham. I change it up. This is my normal damage type set that I use, mainly because it's dark elements and most easily able to be used quickly. One of my better auto skills. It does not have as high as a damage as the other one, but DPS wise, with the additional Desarte and whatnot, I get a better amount of damage. As you can see, my qadal is not as high as it was with the Spellbook. As you can see, overall, did additional damage, qadal was like, what was it? At most, it's like 100k. Yeah, you see. just barely over 100k, 90k over there, 50k, 101k. So yeah, it is good for DPS and fast against some bosses, but it's not exactly the greatest that I have on me. But that's the whole point of having an enchanter in the first place, is indeed to change up things, have multiple sets on you to deal with multiple different types of bosses and multiple different types of mobs. And that's the whole thing about it being an enchanter. You're the utility guy. You've got everything on you. There's a mob out there that a paladin can't kill, well, guess what? You can kill it. You got the DPS, you can be tanky, and that's the whole thing of why I love having an enchanter. Now, there will be some things that you can't solo, but that's the whole point of having a party. Yes, most people want to have a solo type, but you know what? Sometimes it's great to have a party. It's nice to have a good party to work with. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to really show you guys in accordance to stats and how to use qadal and other stuff and the gears that I was using, and how an enchanter is, the magic blade enchanter is slowly becoming more obsolete as more people are switching over to autoskill, because it just seems that autoskill is just much more stronger nowadays. So I apologize if I offended some people when I made that change, but it seems to be a change for the better, and I hope you guys will go along with it. Anyways, thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you guys next time.